Hello everyone, my name is Muriel Fresco, and in this video I would like to tell you a bedtime story before sleep. Today's video will be a Greek mythology. Now, let's play the brown noise and ring to help you relax more, as in ancient Greece, during a time when the Greek gods were not merely regarded as mythologies, but the religion where the ancient Greeks, the people, fervently prayed to and made offerings to their deities. There's a god known as the Unseen, Adonis. Men dare not utter his name, for they believed that to do so was to beckon with their own demise. This is a tale of the Greek god and the sovereign ruler of the Underworld, Hades. Long ago, before the creation of mankind, a powerful deity, a titan named Kronos, son of Uranus, the personification of the heavens and the sky, and Gaia, embodiment of earth. After defeating his father, Kronos became the king of the Titans, ruler of the world. However, when he imprisoned his siblings, the one-eyed Cyclopses and the one-handed Hecatoncres, his mother Gaia got upset and foretold that he will face the same destiny as his father. His own child will dethrone him. Fearing this prophecy, Kronos swallowed each child born to his wife, Rhea. He swallowed them alive. First, it was his daughter Hestia, followed by Demeter, Rhea, and then the infant Hades. You would think this was his demise, yet he and his other siblings, among them his younger brother Poseidon, were freed by the youngest child of Kronos, known as Zeus. Once freed, they ascended to the highest peak of Greece, Mount Olympus, and commenced the strategy to overthrow their father and to seize control over the world. Meanwhile, Kronos gathered his own siblings as well for war. Most of his brothers joined except for Oceanus, Coeus, Creus, Hyperion, Lepidus, and Lepidus' own son Atlas, as well as Atlas' own daughter, Calypso, were on Kronos' side, while Themis and Prometheus joined the Olympians to gather more allies. Zeus went to Tartarus to free his uncles, the one-eyed Cyclopses and the 100-handed Hecatoncres. After his return with his uncles, he also brought the powerful weapons crafted by the Cyclopses, a lightning bolt for Zeus, a trident for Poseidon, and the helmet of invisibility for Hades. Empowered with these new weapons, they waged war against the Titans. The battle raged on for a decade endlessly. At the end, the Olympians emerged victorious. The Titans were imprisoned in Tartarus, and Atlas was condemned to carry the sky, and Calypso was exiled to the island of Ogygia. After the war, the three brothers divided the realm into three to rule over. Zeus will govern the sky, Poseidon the sea, and Hades the underworld. Various stories exist regarding how they divided, but according to most, they drew straws to decide. Hades was renowned as the most fair and gentle among his brothers, although it wasn't that difficult if you are familiar with Greek mythology and understand that Zeus and Poseidon both personalities. Anyways, Hades was responsible and mostly indifferent to the family drama or whatever occurred above. Hades owned a dog named Cerberus, which means spot, who ensured that no soul would escape beyond the world. Then there was Chiron, the ferryman, whom transported the souls of the deceased, who had received the burial rites across the river Styx and Acheron. And you had Thanatos, the personification of death. He was the son of Nyx, the goddess of night, and appeared to mortals who had just died, guiding them to the underworld. He often worked closely with Hermes, the messenger god, who had a similar role at times. As Hades ruled over the underworld, surrounded by other entities and millions of souls, he often felt a profound sense of loneliness, like a king who needs his queen by his side to rule. He longed for companionship. Mostly Hades never left his domain, but there were occasions when he did. On one such occasion, he encountered a maiden wandering and picking up flowers in a meadow. It was love at first sight. He couldn't believe how beautiful she was. If life had death to make life more precious and meaningful, she was his death. Just as the sun was for the living to brighten their days, he greeted her. My apologies for staring, but I cannot help but admire your beauty, just as you are admiring those flowers. And so he started a conversation with her to get to know her better. From the conversation he had with her, he discovered that she was the daughter of Zeus and Demeter. So he approached his brother in Olympus and asked for his permission. He received his brother's permission, although Zeus cautioned against asking Demeter directly, anticipating her refusal. Instead, Zeus suggested the audacious plan of abducting Persephone. At first, Hades hesitated, as this course of action didn't sit well with him. However, driven by his longing for her companionship, he ultimately decided to proceed with the idea. Persephone was tending to the flowers in the meadow when suddenly the ground trembled beneath her feet. "This is my uncle being grumpy again," Persephone wondered aloud, accustomed to Poseidon's occasional outburst. However, this earthquake was different. It signaled the opening of an entrance between the earth and the underworld. A thunderous noise echoed, akin to Zeus' thunderbolt. But it was the sound of Hades' chariot hurling toward Persephone. In a swift motion, Hades swept up to Persephone. She cried out, demanding to be released, but her plea fell on deaf ears as they descended back into the depths of the underworld. Once in the underworld, Hades removed his helmet, revealing his solemn expression. "You?" Persephone began, her voice tinged with a mix of fear and confusion. Sensing her apprehension, Hades welcomed her into his domain and offered a sincere apology for the distressing situation. She asked him why he abducted her, and he responded with his genuine interest in her. Still puzzled, she inquired why he chose her above all others. Hades then recalled, "I saw you picking up one flower the first time I met you. Why?" he asked as she responded, "Because to me it was the most beautiful flower out there. I wanted to show it to my mother." Hades smiled warmly. "Well, that is the same reason why I chose you. Not to show you off, but because I think you're the most beautiful deity out there, and I wish to get to know you more and show you around." Despite the circumstances, Hades cared for Persephone as much as he could, striving to be the best host possible. Meanwhile, above in the mortal realm, Demeter, goddess of the harvest and mother of Persephone, was distraught, tirelessly searching for her missing daughter. Consumed by her worry and sadness, she neglected her sacred duty as a goddess of agriculture. As a result, plants withered and crops failed to thrive. The mortal realm was plunged into famine as people struggled to grow food amidst the barren fields. She searched for months with no luck until Helios, the sun god who sees everything from above, told Demeter what happened to her daughter and where she was. Demeter then went to Zeus and demanded that Hades bring her daughter back. With the complaints and cries of the hungry human beings, and by the urging of other deities, Zeus requested the return of Persephone to her mother. Eventually, Persephone has to return to his mother. However, there were conditions. Persephone is tricked or coerced into eating the pomegranate seeds, which binds her to the Underworld for a portion of the year. However, there are also interpretations where Persephone willingly eats the seeds or even falls in love with Hades. Regardless of specifics, her time in the Underworld is associated with the barrenness of winter, and to return to the surface world marks the beginning of spring and the renewal of life. Hades has only been in a handful of stories, mostly appearing in other mythologies, such as with Heracles. One of Heracles' labors was to wrestle with Cerberus, so he had to ask permission from Hades, which Hades granted him with the conditions of not harming his dog. Another story involves of Orpheus and Eurydice, where Hades gave Orpheus the opportunity to bring his lover back to life, but he failed. Despite being feared by mortals, it has been believed that he is the most kind, understanding, and fair among his siblings, with the exceptions of Hestia, because I quote-unquote mythology guy, Hestia is bestia. Thank you for listening, and I wish you a good night and sleep well, or at least it helped you to relax you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more.